What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Big week. It's third major week for golf fans out there. It's really fun. I'm pumped. We're gonna get right into everything that there needs to be for these underdog contests. Right off the bat, I just want to say this is going to be a stream specifically again for the Underdog Daily contest. We do not get a 4-round tournament unlike we do on other sites. So it's going to be specifically tailored toward round one. And that's all we're going to be drafting. We already did our best ball. The sweats are going to be back in play live. It's going to be great. But I think it's just like we just jump right in to this week's contest. And like I said in previous streams, if anyone is just jumping in, maybe new, the fact that this is just 1-round contest, a lot of the stuff that you digest, if you do digest any content, if you do end up when I go to the sheet that we have and look at any of the articles or the videos and kind of touch up on them, you have to kind of just be cognizant of that and know that a lot of this stuff is tailored towards 4 rounds. And it's not just run round. A lot of people kind of just bypass round 1 showdown. It's probably not as fun when you have the luxury of playing those 4-round tournaments. And I agree, we just don't have that here. But when there's 4K up to grabs, 1K up to grabs, and 12 mans, we're just going to go in and talk about it. Silly me for not having the screen already up. Let's just go with the window. Entire screen. Let's get the window right here. Boom. And of course, as a one-man show, we got to get to here. All right. Built out a little sheet. We'll get into all of this here. If the overlays end up just not working, please let me know. I'll zoom in here, obviously, too. We won't be able to, make it just use a magnifying glass. Just let me know if these overlays are cutting off things. We can end up adjusting. First thing I want to say is down in this sheet, which I do have linked below. I have tweeted out. The sheet is also pinned in the Badge Bros Discord, which we have all links below. Links to the Badge Bro or Deposit Kingdom Discord, which you can find the Badge Bros channels, sub threads. This is in the golf thread. This is also in the links below in the channel to get to this golf sheet. Click it, boom, right here. You'll be looking at this. I have weather tab here just to show basically what we're looking at for weather. I also have a course overview in which we will dive into as well. But this is all right at your fingertips. You don't have to basically leave at all. In this little tab right here, which is called course overview, I also have links in which you can go check out stuff from the USGA, usopen.com, golf week. We have specific YouTube videos. You want to see a golf flyover, golf betting specifically here. Pat Mayo's stuff is excellent. I check that out every single video. Definitely check his stuff out if you haven't. And then One Stop Shop. Tyler Tambellini puts out a great thread for anything golf betting, golf DFS. Definitely check that out. It's a mega thread. But this is going to be a little bit different of US Open. We're looking at this here, and let me see if I can zoom back out as I zoomed in a little bit too much. Again, all on the sheet here. You can check this out. But this US Open is going to be a little bit different. We're looking at fairways basically much wider than they normally are, up to like 80 yards. The rough, we'll be saying, isn't going to be maybe as thick as it is, although the course just sets up totally different. Don't need to get into all this. Not really going to talk about all this. You guys can check it out yourselves. But this is what we're looking at for the course overview. Like I said, there's a bunch of free tools that are really, really awesome you guys can check out. One thing that I definitely advocate checking out is going to be weather first. Go to windfinder.com. I can put this in the chat below if people want this as well. But basically, Santa Monica Airport is going to be the closest and best just point in which we can find closest to the golf course for best information. So we can just go down here and we can check out the weather and what we're looking at. We can see that wind picks up a little bit in the afternoon. So we can start maybe having that in the back of my mind, or in the back of our minds, as we start maybe building out teams and checking them out in the sheet, as from 7 to 10, 7 to 11, maybe we can even bucket in 12. Basically, from 7 to noon, we're looking at minimal wind and then minimal gusts. And it starts to pick up as we get to 9, 10. This is also the difference isn't great, but isn't that much. But when we look at from 7 to 9, even like 10, and there's only 1 mile an hour wind gusts of 2 and 3, and then you get this. I mean, it is a little bit of a difference. So factoring that in, plus also factoring in, we don't know how the course is going to play. In terms of how firm it's going to get when it starts drying up. Obviously, morning is going to be play a little bit softer from what it is, but the forecast coming in to LACC, and I buried the lead there. This is going to be in LA, LACC, Los Angeles Country Club, Hollywood. It has been raining there throughout the spring, but in the last month, maybe recent weeks, it's been very, very dry. So that's something to keep in mind as well. But this is going to be something we're going to be going back to as well. And we're just going to begin looking at specifically the day. That's all we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at just this day. We only have 1 round contest. Next thing, go check out a free resource as well. PGA Weather, Roto Grinders. Roth puts out this little breakdown as we're looking here. He has the same thing. Thursday PM, winds peak in the afternoon at 10, gust over 15. Looking at green. We're looking at green all over. So we're not worrying about any rain, anything like that. It's just going to be wind, and then it's just going to be how do they play out the course? Can you get tougher, dry out? By the weekend, is it just basically the course is nails where they haven't done anything? They haven't watered it at all. All these guys have been playing on it, and it's just extremely tough. And then the next thing to check out as well is datagolf.com. You guys can check this out for free resources. You will be able to check this out and see exactly what I'm seeing. If you go to Data Golf right here, let's go to Interactives. Boom, Course Fit tool. And you can see right away how to read this is it's basically from 0 to 1. The closer you are to 1, the more relative that is to this course. So we're looking at driving distance. We're looking at approach. We're looking at accuracy. So tee to green, off the tee, approach. And then when we get down here, 0.4s, 0.5s compared to the 0.8s, 0.7. So this is kind of how to read it, as something that's more important is going to be off the tee, tee to green, which is basically everything you do before you get to the green, approach, around the green. Everything you do before you get to the green is considered in tee to green. So that's going to be a category we're going to be looking at. But this is all free, and you can check that out. What I went ahead and did is I compiled a sheet here. Basically, I kind of made it for the noob. And again, if this is cutting off and the overlays are cutting this off, making it hard to read, let me know. I'll zoom in here so you guys can read it. But just updated ADP. I actually just went and put in a new little fun tab. We have there all in this sheet. You are looking at the all the golfers in the field. If you want to sort it by tour, feel free. We have the Underdog ADP, which is the most important thing to me. And then we have a little bit of my ranks that I started to make out. You guys can make your own ranks. In this tab here, you'll have first round leader. This is going to be sportsbook odds. I believe they're pulling from, I believe it was BetMG. It was wherever I was getting them from Data Golf. And then this is going to be Data Golf odds. You can download and sort by them. Really fun thing, first round leader specifically, which helps us on the round 1 contests. You can sort by tee time. You can also use tee time just to maybe break tiebreakers and see guys down here that are interesting that can go out that are low in ADP. We'll get into that. We just talked about right here. Maybe a little bit of wind, maybe a little bit of factor in weather. Again, I'll start touching on that. But just going through this sheet, I had in here previously, if you were looking at it, again, if you're coming in, sheet is linked down below. Feel free to check it out. Totally free. I have their 2023 data, strokes gained data, all of it, basically from the start of 2023. I then went and put in their last 36 rounds, which is very, very fun. So you can go ahead and check specifically this tab right here. This is going to be their last 36 rounds. Take for granted if you don't have anything here, probably you're a amateur or you're just not on the tour, or being it's a US Open and anyone can qualify, you simply are a nobody. And some of those guys will seep through the cracks, but we're not going to be really honing in on them. But like I was getting at, you can sort this by anything here. And then I also have their recent form, basically their strokes gained trend. And I put a little notes in here. So all these words, you're wondering what they are, you can check them out. Basically, how many strokes per or better per round a player has performed to the PGA Tour average. So basically how to read this is to the PGA Tour average, Scotty Scheffler would be at a he's playing 3.1 or 3.13 strokes above PGA Tour average. It's kind of how to read that. And we added all that there. We also added their last 5 rounds. And then my favorite part is you can sort by any of these buckets, anything you want here, and then simply take this tab right here, copy it from whatever you sort it, make a new sheet. It has to be a CSV. Just keep this ID up top where it just says ID, plop it in there. You'll be able to then import rankings for everyone in there. Boom. You can then move them around. You can use all this, download it, put 1, 2, 3, make your custom ranks, do whatever you want. I think that's really cool. But that is the sheet. It's very, very fun. I also put in here basically my favorite plays, values, second tier values, and then what stats matter the most for me. And like I said, it's going to be strokes gained off the tee, strokes gained tee to green, which is like a 1A, 1B. 2 is going to be strokes gained approach. These could be interchangeable, but I preferably think a nice putter could be very valuable here. And then obviously strokes gained around the green. I don't have strokes gained ball striking in here, but that just kind of goes in well, who's hitting the ball well. And that's what you're going to see there. Immediately, this is going to be sorted by ADP. When you go into the sheet, just download it. You can check it out. You can make a copy, and then you can sort it by however you want. But while I'm in here, I'll be kind of just like messing around with and doing. So one thing we can immediately see, if we're just going to go by sportsbook odds, let's do that. You can kind of see values, but basically what the sportsbook has a first round leader odds at. And we're seeing that Matthew Fitzpatrick has better odds. Granted, these are just in percentages and they're minimal, but it's just something to see. You can find out guys down here potentially that have maybe higher odds. You can go to specifically data golf odds and check that out. You can see Ricky Fowler and Jason Day for first round leaders seem to be some pretty big values in terms of data golf odds, along with Sunjay in terms of these guys down here. Like, you can weight these and do them however you want. It's fun to see at a whole. Let's check out this. Let's go in the last 36 rounds for the guys in our field. Who has been the best tee to green? Now, I think I can answer it just by looking at it, or not even looking at it. And it's going to be Scotty Scheffler. Shocker. But we're looking at this, and one thing that is very annoying, I should have freeze painted their name here, or freeze paint, their name there. I'll do that at the end. But Mito, you can see that one thing also you have to take a grain of salt is when you're doing the last 36 rounds. I should put a note in here. If you're doing the last 36 rounds, Live Golf is only going to be in there for the last 2 majors. This is pulling strictly from PGA. Obviously, because these guys are the that have performed the best in the majors so far this year. But this is what you're looking at. Gary Woodland, another guy that I like. I put in here. It's fun to basically check this out and see who's the best in the field at these stats that we're looking at the most. Let's check basically off the tee. See where this changes. Now, again, you have to take this with a grain of salt because it's pulling from these tours. So on the amateur tour, so if you're weighting this, you're probably going to weight this and say, all right, well, field strength, these are not even close to that. So they're going to go down there. You can get that in your mind. So if we're just taking from PGA and these live guys, you can see who's actually really some guys to target. Like, these are interesting guys to target down here, especially when we go and look at like Hayden Buckley. Let's go like this. Check out Hayden Buckley. We can see his trend. He's been playing basically over a half a stroke higher than the PGA Tour baseline. The baseline here for them is how they've been playing over their own personal baseline, which is fun too. You can check this out and see a golfer that has maybe been playing under their strengths or over their kind of over their head. Use that to maybe if a guy's been playing over the head, do we want to target them? Do we want to target a golfer, a top tier golfer that has been maybe struggling, and maybe we just expect like, hey, he's a top tier golfer, he's going to turn it around, he's at a major. But yeah, this sheet is going to be something I'm going to be using all night. I'm going to be in here all night, but let's just go ahead and jump in some drafts, eh? I'm going to go ahead, 3-putt it up. Let's see. I thought I had dang. Cool. So I was trying to get it where we could get the row. I'll figure that out here. But yeah, we need one more. Perfect. Zoom in. Fornon, love it. Explicit. That's what I see it as. Bogey. I just call you Charles Schwab because that's the way my brain reads it. Awesome. We'll just queue up Scotty right away. Yeah, so we can, I mean, you can check that out. Let's do this. So you can go PGA Live, and this is what you're left with. So Euro guys is someone that I would definitely target over anyone else. They play more on the PGA Tour. They play in better field strengths. But if you're just doing this and then basically checking out, let's do the tee to green method. I mean, take it for what it's worth and for what tour they're on. But these are some guys that are popping. We're just going to go ahead and take Scotty there. But this is some fun things you can do. You can then go ahead and 100% free, go to datagolf.com and let's type in Uto, because I'm going to be honest with you guys. Not familiar with your boy. And it's that guy, as you can see. Let's check him out. So 24 years old. He is playing. Is he a Corn Ferry Tour? Yeah. Yeah, Corn Ferry Tour. So I mean, he's probably playing in the second best tour, like on the PGA. In his major history, T47. So I mean, it's not. I mean, yeah, that's interesting. Like, if you're going to be taking shots on some of these guys back here, like, I'll be honest, I don't know much about him. Data Golf doesn't have much on him either. This is what we have from his major. This is what he did. So he striped it off the tee. He did it in the categories that we want. As you can see, when we check out the sheet, he is up in the categories we want. He lost all of his strokes putting. So, you know, who's this major's Michael Block? You know, who is a PGA Tour professional that's going to be? So I will say, like, there always is going to be not a Michael Block story, but there's going to be a name that just kind of just comes out of nowhere. For me to pull out of my ass, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but let's go with, like, I think it would be cheating to go with Sam Bennett, who's an amateur, but basically also performed well at the Masters. You know what I mean? Like, that would be a kind of a cop-out pick. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm just going to go on a limb and say I have no effing idea who this major's Michael Block is, mainly because, I mean, we're really dealing with some of these guys. When I say we don't know who some of these guys are, they simply qualified. It is a U.S. Open. It is qualifier. So it is open to anybody that obviously has a low enough handicap that can go in and make these, and then plays, makes the semifinals, and then plays in the longest day of golf, those 36 holes. If you win, you can qualify, and you can get in there. So I guess what the answer would be, I'd have to go back and check for these guys that are not Corn Ferry Tour pros, even amateurs that are just nobodies. What is their track record at the U.S. Open? I'm going to go with not well, off the top of my head. We're going to go with our boy Max and fun. We'll check this out. So we'll go with Max Homa, and we'll go with, see, now this is going to be an interesting thing. If anyone is checking this out here, and it's new, like what's the difference between Justin Rose and Tony Finau? For me, I know off the top of my head, Justin Rose is coming in with superior form to Tony Finau, but Tony Finau to me is the much better golfer. We can then go and check that out here in the sheet. So we go, boom. We sort by ADP. We have these two guys. Let's check them out. So the top is Justin Rose. The bottom is Tony Finau. As we can see, Justin Rose is playing to his personal baseline. He is playing basically near like 9/10 of a stroke above his baseline. Tony Finau, 8/10 of a stroke below his baseline. Then we take in the strokes gained trend of a PGA Tour, like the average. He's playing still above the PGA Tour average, still, and obviously, so is Justin Rose. Now we just taken the last 36 rounds. Finau's still been good, and he's just been playing under his personal baseline. So that's the thing. When I mean, you can kind of check out this and see, and it's just like Tony Finau is a better golfer than Justin Rose. I will say that. And then we go and you just check out Tony Finau and what he's done this year. I mean, his recent form. Of course, I'm not going to get it. I wanted to get his recent form so you could just see his, last 25 starts. Boom. All right. Yeah. Let's look at this. So yeah, he had a cut here, but then just dating back to January, we're looking at a top 10, a win. I mean, just dating back to November when he won here. I mean, the dude in his last 25 starts has won 4 times. So yeah, it just, you can check out these things on Data Golf as well to back them up. But just on the sheet, you can kind of see fun things like that, how I'm kind of going about it. Now, I'm not going to have 0% Justin Rose, but that's just me justifying that pick right there. Yeah, if anyone has any specific questions on the sheet, just anything in general, let me know. I know streaming golf and drafting it is always like, oh, look at them drafting and golfing. And if you don't know really much what's going on, then it's kind of like a foreign language when you're listening to it. But if there's any specific questions to the sheet that anyone just wants to kind of how to interpret it, let me know. And again, it's not be all end all. Like I make the sheet. I would make this regardless. I made it a little more fancy because I'm letting people like use it, but I would make this regardless, and it's just the way I would draft. So by no means am I coming out here and saying this these strategies and these players to draft or anything like that. Let's go with Skinny Bryson, and then let's check out. What is Shane Lowry doing for us? We have 20 seconds. We can check that out here. He kind of fits in those nice categories. Tee to green, off the tee, approach, recent form. Let's do Shane Lowry here. Funny thing, you can just do it right above is you can see a guy like Cameron Young at 24. Look how far he's playing under his baseline. I mean, he's close to playing like below PGA Tour professional at this point. Like he is just of these guys up here. I mean, he's essentially like Sahith Theegala. Like that. Those are the buckets of what we're in. I really wish. I wonder if I could get this. Oh, silly me. Look at that. I'm an idiot. All right. Well, it took that long to figure it out, but Oh, I appreciate everyone coming in here and anyone watching. Yeah, no, awesome. Means a lot, guys. It feels awesome to be able to share this with you guys and get more people into golf. The sweats are going to be awesome. We're going to have primetime golf, guys. I mean, it's not going to tee off. You can wake up, have a little morning Joe, maybe. Maybe it's not. Maybe we fill right on time. You can get in those drafts until 8, and then we get the late slate. So it's going to be really fun. It's going to be really fun. So did you say that off the tee is your favorite strokes gained to target this week? So, I mean, we can go to this course fit tool, and obviously it's not going to have like off the tee here, but yeah, for me, like basically, like off the tee to green are going to be something that I'm going to weight pretty heavily. Along with distance, it's an interesting question. So this course. I don't, if for anyone that hasn't watched those previews again, right in here, there's a tab anyone can click. You can check these out. I would highly suggest, even if like just check these out. The course architect, like this course is so cool. There's again, let me get the right name for it. I believe it's called a Barenka. Yeah. Let's see here. It's not going to be in here, is it? Anyway, there's a Barenka, which is right here. Boom. Dried out riverbeds. It's its own ecosystem that runs through basically the front 9 of the course and maybe a couple holes of the back 9. It is just a totally unique and wide open just course. Like something that could be interesting is you could kind of play like skill set stacks, which is something that Ben Raza over at Stochastic and Mayo Meter Network does. It kind of coined, and that's his bread and butter, and that is on courses that we don't quite know. Let me go with Gary Woodland here. Actually, he's on one of my starred guys. I also put in this sheet. Sorry for the tangents. Right here, just again, and I'll be adding that Gary Woodland's there just for the stats there, for what he shapes up to be a pretty good play here. But a skill set stack, you could potentially be like, a lot of people are expecting this to be I mean, you can look at here the course fit tool, like it's comp close to wing foot, which is bomb and gouge, which is basically just hit as far as you can out there. And then if you're in the rough, that's all right. You have a good angle. It's not going to be as penal. You're going to be able to just wedge fest to the green. Here, a lot of people are expecting maybe something similar, but you have to be very, very cognizant of where you're hitting. I'm going to join another draft here because the fairways, and I wonder if I can just show you guys this as I do it. You know what I mean? Let's see if we have this here. So like, yeah, there's massive elevation changes, angles, firm, fast, blind shots. You could hit it dead center in the middle of the fairway. Your shot's perfect, but the elevation changes and the way the fairways are sloped, your ball can just immediately roll to the rough. I mean, you could just drop it. It's going to roll to the rough. So as you see here, strategic thinkers, creative shot makers, scramblers, long iron savants. I mean, if my boy Chris was here, we'd be just oozing in the Jordan Spieth magic beans. This just screams Jordan Spieth and shot thinkers course. Justin Thomas. How are we going to shop shape this? So just knowing that and having that like in your mind, it's really fun. And then when you watch these, you can see specifically how this course is going to play. But just me saying that is we've never seen this course. We've never seen this course. The last time we saw it was, I'm pretty sure, the Walker Cup, which was 2017, which is like the amateur an amateur championship. That was the last time we've really seen it, and it's changed since then. So it could totally play different than what a lot of the analysts are coming out here and saying. A tweet that I will check out, of course, it's not there. Right here, Michael Kim. He is a PGA Tour golfer, and he goes out and tweets this, as I will zoom in for y'all. Sorry, again, I'm probably not on. You guys are all freaking out, but either way, he played a practice round at LACC. This is really good info, by the way, just to know. The greens might get crazy firm by the weekend. Fairways are generally wide, but if you miss them, it's almost an automatic layup unless you get really lucky. In California, you're usually not dealing with Bermuda rough and fairways. It's a totally different layout and a structure, of course. It's really interesting. Like usually when we get to US Open week, it's like you drop the ball in the fairway and it's like, oh, we're here, or in the rough and you can't see it. Everyone's like, it's US Open week. Here we go. It's going to be great. Like that's the cliche videos that you get. Like it really is no joke when you cannot see the ball. Number 6 is a really interesting hole. Again, would highly recommend checking out these course videos. They're 10 minutes. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to see these courses too. It's in the mix of like down basically LA. It's so cool to look at that this course and ecosystem is just right there. But laying up all days on 6, the tee shot is blind. You basically are shooting where you can't see it, or you're shooting totally the opposite way of where the hole is, and it just messes with golfers' heads. It's really interesting. Let's go with Vic, and let's go with the boy we just talked about in Jordan Spieth. Yeah, you're going to see he's personally saying you're going to see a wide variety of scores, anywhere from 64 to 82. Par is 70, FYI. He's saying if your game is off a little bit, bogey train is coming. The par 3s, like I'm saying, are extremely long, except one, which is extremely short. It can play anywhere from like 140 to literally 73 yards. So really interesting. Really interesting. Draws off the tee. He's saying a draw off the tee is preferred shot shape for a lot of tee shots, ... Rory. So that's fun too. And then he went in here and said winning score over under 8. So that's just, it's I personally do take weight into seeing what golfers are saying about the course, getting the tidbits from reporters. It's really interesting. Yeah. 100%. Perfect Nobo socks. And yeah, thank you for joining in here. I 100% agree, which is to my long-winded point of, if you all know me, skill set stacks. We don't know potentially how this course, we people are speculating on how this course is going to play. We've never seen it. Well, you could go out here and build skill set stacks in these drafts. And by meaning that, you can take some bombers. You can take like basically guys that are like second shot players, iron players. It can be really interesting. You can find out maybe guys that off the tee aren't as penalized as we think. So as I say that, a guy like Cameron Smith, boom, he loses, or sorry, that's not a good one. Off the tee, right here, he loses over a half a stroke off the tee. Maybe I'm looking at Max Homa there. Nope, that's Cam Smith. Boom, he loses over a half a stroke off the tee. So like, it's just really interesting that I still like Cam Smith, and people are like, oh, if you're in this, if you're not gaining strokes off the tee, if you're losing them, it's just basically good luck, you're dead. And a lot of the ways that's how recent and the history for U.S. Opens have gone. But it's just, I'm just saying for round 1, especially with how much variance and how much just randomness is going to be going on, I'm going to definitely be going out and building some of these skill set stacks, meaning maybe guys off the tee aren't as penalized as much. And I mean, you take Cam Smith off the tee, and he may be the best golfer in the world. So you take away off that, and everything else, he might just be the best golfer in the world. So it's just really interesting. Yeah, he did. He did have it at that, and then he did change it. So I believe he said in there, I was going to go scroll down. Yeah. After additional consideration, he changed it. So, yeah, and this isn't my thing. It's just, this is something that Ben Raza, again, I don't want to take this. I want a guy coming in here just stealing it. He has coined it. It's super smart that you do an actual DFS. I think you can definitely port that over here and draft skill set stacks in that way. I like to deviate from ADP and just take guys. So like, I really won't be tethered and care about this. I will say, like, I'll build maybe 20 to 25 lineups where I'll take 1, 2 guys here like this, and then my next 3 will just be willy-nilly who I want to draft. Like, it really is like that. Although I think it is, I will say, ADP is extremely efficient because a lot of guys are coming in here and they're going and building and drafting golfers that specifically will rate out well also in this sheet as well. But there are all some values. And it is golf. It's highly variant, highly random, and we can capitalize on that. Tommy Fleetwood is an interesting, just mental thing here. Let's take Tommy because Tommy's been playing out of his mind. But the reason why it's interesting about Tommy, and who do we want to take next year? So if we just go look at our sheet, we're sorted by ADP. This is what we're looking at here. Who do we want to take? Let's take the homegrown boy and Ricky Fowler. So Tommy Fleetwood. I'll just say this for anyone that didn't know. Tommy Fleetwood was the other guy in the playoff last week for the Canadian Open. He was going for he's been going for his first PGA Tour win for, I mean, since he's been on the PGA Tour, obviously, but he's been trying to get that coveted win. After 4 grueling holes, Nick Taylor comes out and drains that 72-foot eagle putt. The whole country of Canada is screaming and going nuts. Everyone's going nuts, and he has to be the loser there and then pack his bags and then come all the way in which and now play a major. One thing that's also interesting that you guys can do, I don't have it in here. You can go and check. Type in Tommy Fleetwood on Data Golf, 100% free. Just scroll down. You can see his major history. So you can see he's played well in majors. Last US Open, he missed a cut. He missed a cut here as well. So here we got a T50. So maybe we can look at how does he perform in specifically like US Opens. Let's go boom, boom, boom. Maybe not as well, but still just coming into form and how Tommy's been doing. Check the sheet. T15, T5, and this is going from recent to least recent. T15, T5, T18, a cut, and a T or just a straight out second. And we can go and look at here. What cut did he miss? What did he miss? It was the Charles Schwab Challenge. Like, we can just chalk that. I think we just chalked it up as I don't really care. But it's just the fact that Tommy is that grueling loss and all of that. It's just something to think about, and it will affect. You can build it into your process. For me, it is in my process a little bit. I know daily is much different from when you're setting and locking a 4-day tournament, but when you're just picking round one, let's take the bias out of it and let's think, when you're just picking round one, where do sportsbook odds have Tommy? They have him, so it'll be 16th, right in my rank. Where does Data Golf odds have Tommy? 14th, higher. So maybe he is a great pick. You know what I mean? Maybe he is worth that. Maybe I'm thinking that. It's things like that. Maybe the biases get too much in my head. But I will say the way I'm building out is in this first round is I'm definitely going to get exposure to all of these guys. I don't want or a lot of these guys. Like, just because I maybe don't have a guy as my favorite, like Ricky here, doesn't mean I'm not going to get 0 of them. I'm just going to have probably more of these other guys. Let's check out something. So basically, if we're just going to look at our last 36 rounds and we just look at tee to green, like I said here, we can check that out. I mean, look at our boy. He pops up again. Interesting. Corn Ferry Tour. I mean, he even has of the non PGA Tour guys, he seems to have some of the best. I mean, he's close to Sam Bennett in first round leader odds, so it's not bad. Not bad. Let's get a little different here. So let's go with Corey Connors, who I very much enjoy this week. And let's go with, let's scroll the F down, coin it, and take so we sorted by odds. Oh no, we went by ADP. Sportsbooks odds. Let's see this. Who pops? Connors, Kim, Thigala, Bradley. Let's do Sahith. Oh, we don't even get it. We get Eric Cole. See, that's what you don't do. Hilarious. That'll probably be one of my few Eric Cole shares. Let's just check out Eric Cole since we're at it. He's been playing well, but just for guys around, hey, maybe I need to recheck this. I mean, first round leader odds, he's definitely lower than the guys around him. He's playing out of his mind. So this is interesting. Eric Cole. He is playing 1.3 strokes above his personal baseline. He is also playing at 1.44 of a PGA Tour professional. So it's like he's not bad at all, but he's also just playing absolutely out of his mind. Let's go check it out. Let's do the same thing. Let's go check out Eric Cole in major history. Pretty sure Eric Cole is like 30. Yeah, so he's an older guy. Let's check out his major championship history. Use the drop down to view the course. Oh, did I just screw it up? Do I not get to see it anymore because I exited out of them? Oh, that's fun. You get to see me just scramble. Yeah. Refresh. Oh, this is his history? Huh. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Anyway, just things to look at is he's playing absolutely out of his mind. You can take that for what it's worth. You can use that. But when I look at Eric Cole, I think Siwoo's a better golfer. I think Sahith is a better golfer. I think Adam Scott is a better golfer. Even though he's playing, I mean, even though he's playing above his baseline, he's still playing very good. Let's join some more drafts. Perfect filled. Yeah, no, Eric Cole's definitely not bad. He is definitely not bad at all. I mean, he's been, I think for us, Fornon, as I understand, that you are Fornon is he's been so relevant and top of mind and playing so much in non-elevated events, in elevated events, and we've been drafting him dailies that we are accustomed to Eric Cole. But when we put him in a field of all of these guys, it's like, where does he rate out? I personally just think he's a little bit overrated. But you're gonna find that guys that I think are overvalued are gonna perform tomorrow. Guys that I like are gonna suck. Guys that I have no idea, no inclinations of drafting are gonna be some of the guys that you need. But it's like, how many other, like, there's just so many golfers to draft, and this round one is just so extremely variant that I mean, let's do it. Let's do this. Let's totally draft a team F and ADP. Just F in it because it's totally valuable or viable. Water break as I'm just talking up a storm by myself. JPB. I know he absolutely destroys. Mortz is in here a lot. Moberg. And like I said, if you guys like, you can make your own ranks pretty easily too, just by copying, putting in 1, 2, 3, and doing yada yada. One thing I haven't really been checking out is their tee times. Checking out a golfer's tee time is definitely interesting when we are looking at this. They're just going to have the absolute prime conditions. Not only are they not going to have any wind, they're just going to have soft conditions. They're going to be out there in the morning. They're not going to be out there when it's just dried up. So I think it's definitely viable targeting, doing some AM stacks as well. Doesn't have to be fully about that, but let's do this. Let's check out odds. Let's do a morning wave stack. Now this is really dumb as we're giving him a really nice stack, but I really don't care that I've had plenty of nothing in terms of ADP. So we took Hatton here, we just sorted by data golf odds. And Hatton is 8th with a morning tee time. Let's then say FADP, and let's go take Justin Rose because he'll be most obtainable. Then we can go down and queue up Ricky, Jason Day. We are also looking at now. I totally could have done this with Xander and done that. I was just saying FADP. So, Colin, Sanjay, Tommy. And what's really awesome is I do this all the time. Honestly, I'll be messing with this. I will sort by data golf odds, take this, boom, come over here. Again, just copy this. Don't do this top part or just delete it when you import it. You just need the top, the first row, A1 to just be ID. The rest be that. You don't even need to add in names. boom, add it in there, and you can do it for anything. You can be like, I want to sort by all best tee to green guys. Now you'll get some of these random ones in your rankings, but you can be like, I want to sort by just tee time. I want to sort by these odds. I want to use Neumy's ranks. You can do that, and then just boom, quickly sort it in there. So you can do like a bunch of different stacks and different lineup constructions, and then not have to worry about manually typing in rankings. Cool. If we could get, now I don't know if we're going to get that, but I see we got the, yeah, Hatton absolutely nuked on Sunday too. Correct. Neumy, do you aim to max the contest or just trying to get a decent amount of entries? So I am very, very hype for the US Open. I normally do not max the golf contests. I like to get in my entries of what I feel right. I kind of use bankroll management. I have set aside and played less entries specifically because I was envisioning with the West Coast time having more time to fill. Let's do Ricky. Having more time to fill, I was anticipating this being a large contest. Justin would have been really fun there, but let's do Dave. We're doing this specifically for the stream. So I think I might get close to maxing. I really like the payout structure of this contest. I think it's very fun. I mean, when you look at this and you get all the way down to 25th, you're still getting $100 back. This is really advantageous for the volume drafter. This is a very nice payout. I enjoy this. Just getting that extra 40K up, it's really fun. So I might F around a max. I might do it. Will it hurt the bankroll? Very well could. But we're hoping with the way we spread out the exposures, and maybe we build it, it just doesn't matter. And we're hoping that we can sneak some of those through. But yeah, the payout structure, the fact that I probably want to park my butt down and watch golf all day tomorrow will have me wanting to have a lot of entries. This is hilarious. I totally forgot we were in a draft. You guys can see my poodles and yada yada going on. Yeah. How's you guys' what are we looking at for you guys' best ball teams? What are the sweats? What are the exposures? What are the guys who do we need for this tournament? I guess I can check out mine and kind of just show you. Not that anyone asked, not that anyone cares, but let's check it out live. Best ball. Don't look at my bleeding MLB. It's terrible. Rip. But we're looking at 9 in the OG Albatross, 41 in the returns, and we got this little sneaky solo guy here. Don't even know what the lineup looks like. Scotty, Cam, Vic, Cam. Ooh, wow. That's fun. Robert Mack. Let's go. But in terms of exposures, which I wish, man, I wish this would work so I could see what I'm looking at for what. But all drafts, apply, boom. This is what we're looking at for exposures. Right there. A lot of Bryson, a lot of Shane Lowry, a lot of Scotty Scheffler, a lot of Vic, some Brooks, Rory. I like that top. I mean, I know, shocker. When you have the 101, the 103, arguably could be any 101, 103. I mean, arguably could be the 101 in any draft. It's just he hasn't been playing well. I really enjoy those exposures. Yeah, man. We're really hoping that good fortunes come. We know it's just variance, pod luck, yada yada. I haven't done any of that. I'm just letting I am letting Bryson take the wheel. Which scares the fuck. Oh shoot. We had a process. What was the process? The process was to find some low guys. Okay. Adam Scott. Did Adam Scott go? Oh no. Sam Burns. So we're going to do Sam Burns here. Oh, he's in the afternoon. Talk about absolutely effing it up. Like, we could have literally taken Corey Connors. I'm pretty sure Shane Lowry was going off in the morning, too. What an idiot. What an idiot. Is Sahith in the morning? Because that could be very fun. Am I dumb? Did I not see him? Oh, he's way down there. We don't want him. I bet Dustin's in the morning too, right? Or in the afternoon too. What an absolute just thank you. Thank you, Brad. This is all John's fault. If he didn't just give me the clock with 10 seconds left and I had to just do this, yeah. All right. Well, we go again, don't we? Fudge. This is what happens when you're doing a lot of stuff and then making the sheet. You barely get the draft, so all of a sudden you're just flustered. You're in shambles. You guys, no one's joining except my boy Overdog here. So you're making me freaking draft with Charles Schwab, mother freaking goat. The power. This guy just scoops nonstop. I need you guys in here, little friends and fam. All right. Here, one thing that we could just do. Who's teeing off first? What an electric. I cannot wait to be at my TV to watch these guys. Hank Lebioda. We love it. Hey, Michael Kim, though. Getting an early tee time. Let's check out Michael Kim. Michael Kim. Tee to green. Not great up. So he's, yeah. Again, though, this is what I'll say. Using this, just using it and being like, oh, this guy definitely doesn't fit it. Like I might draft some Michael Kim specifically because what if this just doesn't simply matter? He's been playing well in terms of his own personal baseline. T37 cut, T6, T43. Just trying to find. I mean, I'll be interested in some AM guys here. Kim, maybe Jordan Smith. I mean, just looking at these odds, they're higher than anyone else in this realm. John Rahm, what are we looking at for you? Are you teeing off in the morning? You are teeing off in the morning, John. We love that. Ooh, just smack the thing. We love that. We love that. We're driving. Ooh. Is that music like not working? Let me know if this music is cutting out in and out for anyone else. Seems good for me. It was like weird at the beginning. Yeah, but what are we looking at here, folks? What do we need? What do you guys need for your Albatross and Albatross returns? Look at Robert Mack was 2% owned. Tom Kim, my sweet prince. Tony. So basically, it's going to be a Tony Finau, Jason Day, Justin Thomas. Xander scares the absolute F out of me having 3.9%. Somehow we have Tiger Woods. Oh, God. What was I doing? What the fuck was I doing? I know Cam Smith is in the afternoon, but fuck, I want to draft Cam Smith. But Max is in the morning. All right. We'll do a morning one here. We'll actually get the morning one drafted. And I haven't checked, but I know we only got about like 8 or 10 people in here, which is just fine with me. But if you can, hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you are not subscribed to this, I will say it because we've had people that have known about us for a year and Did the old, didn't even know I wasn't subscribed to the other YouTube channel. So I most likely know that most likely people aren't subscribed to this one. So hit it, help us out, get this one start going up. Yeah, just get all the Badge Bros channels up and up. I think you guys let me know. I'm gonna get a little. I'm gonna kind of feel it out process, but there might be a cut sweat show Friday. If anyone's interested, cut sweat show with possibly a Canadian that isn't named John. Hey, look at that. Cam Smith falls to your boy. All right. So things that I like to do is just check out and see who these guys are drafting sometimes too. See the way that they're drafting. Are they drafting like me where they're ignoring ADP sometimes? Are they taking waves? Are they which low round values that I'm not on are they potentially on? And I'll check them out in the sheet and see where they are and stuff like that. I think that's very valuable. It's not just take it with a grain of salt. They could just be building that stack. But if you're in maybe 10 drafts in a row with them, because I am with a lot of these people, it's the same names, you just kind of check out what they're doing and see, like, if they're taking a lot of this guy, like, what am I missing? So I think we will do this last draft here. We'll be coming up on an hour. Probably call it. I appreciate all you being in here. It's really, really fun just to be able to do this no matter how many we get. I'm going to be in these streets absolutely all night. So I am nowhere close to maxing. So if I want to max, it is going to be completely all tonight. Might F around, go on a quick little walk. We got a little Canadian wildfire smoke coming into the state, so it's been I'm getting like allergies or something for that. But yeah, Brett, I talked about this. I'm on the clock here. Hilarious. I think Siwoo was in the morning. Was I correct? He was. Let's take Siwoo here. Why? Because we're gonna F around and find out with ADP. So the thing with Fleetwood is, I mean, golf is so much of a mental game. It really is. It's just so mental. It's like just the feeling of, are you comfortable with how the tee shot sets up for you? Are you comfortable with how the course just is playing and the way you have to go into these greens and the certain types of grass? Like Michael Kim put right here, like draws off the tees, preferred shape shot for a lot of tee shots. Like that sets up Rory. That won't be great for other golfers. In terms of the mental part for Tommy is he was just in that 4-round playoff after trying to get the coveted PGA Tour win that everyone has been expecting him to get. We know the caliber of golfer Tommy is. I mean, that's got to be draining at some point to be 4-hole playoff, 72-foot eagle. He drains it. The whole country is just going nuts. It's great. First Canadian to win in however many years, yada, yada. And now he has to come out and play the US Open. I think that's just in people's mind. And it's the bias clicks in NFL, if I can comp it, where it's just you have a bias and people know that. And they're maybe weighting that more than they should, because I went in and checked it out. Let's do Adam Scott. I went in and checked it out, and we saw that Tommy in the sportsbook odds here. Okay, cool. Sportsbook out here is 16th, which is like right at my rankings. And then we look at the data golf odds, and he's 14th, which is a little bit above rankings. And so it's like, I think it's interesting. People are weighing that. I was maybe weighing that a little bit too much more or more than I should, but yeah, having these odds here is kind of good. Like, be like, okay, well, he's still favored in the betting market. Like and then not only that, to be able to then check this out and go, okay, let's just look at Tommy. Like, he's been playing absolutely out of his mind. Like, let's look at his recent performance. Let's just look. This is what he's been doing in the last 36 rounds. Okay, this is what he's been doing on the season. It's been a great season. So I think still getting exposure to Tommy, and if you're getting them post ADP, love it. All right. I will say the back injury I'm not worried about because it's back spasms. And I know Pat Mayo was talking about a lot on the show, and just knowing that like back spasms are is much different than a chronic back injury. Like back spasms normally go away 3 to 5 days with treatment. Like they won't be a problem after that many, after good treatment. And we expect Morikawa to have that treatment. So I suspect the back, like that doesn't matter at all. Me personally, I maybe again that's overweighting it wrong. I have not seen the stance thing. I will have to Google that and see what you mean by there. That's an interesting little nugget. I like Mito way more than I should, I think. But let's go with Gary Woodland. Is he still there? Let's go with Gary. All right. Perfect. It's a good question. What are we looking at? Let's refresh. And I will try and make sure I get this ADP updated in the sheet. So it maybe you'll look and be like, oh, it's like off a couple decimal points. I just haven't updated it. It goes like every hour, and I'm not updating it that frequently. So holy shit. What? The Sandbagger is 90. Bro, that was gonna. Well, all right. Looks like we are gonna hop off stream. We are going to enter as many of these as we can, which, just doing the math, looks like about 3 drafts, if that. So rough for the Sandbagger. That's fucking awesome to see. This contest is gonna fill before 7:00 p.m. or Central Time. Oh my gosh! Wow, hats off. That's awesome. In terms of this, yeah, I think it fills, and I think it fills with time to spare, man. It's so easy to draft this. This is the NBA of the summer. So, yeah, fun stuff. This is fucking awesome. I wonder if Mamba, if you're here, if you're watching, I really do think that this is gonna pick up and fill, especially with having morning to draft it. I mean, you're gonna be able to, on the West Coast, draft this at like 9, 10. Beautiful. I mean, yeah, this is Mamba. If you're here, we're gonna need something. We're gonna need like a $25, $100. These things are going to fill. This is the U.S. Open. Let's get going. That's fucking awesome. All right, I'm hype. You know what? Screw it, guys. 4 people. Let's effing do it on stream, huh? Let's effing do it live. Come on, get in here. We got 3 more. I know there's no way you guys are already in this lobby. Join on in. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, what a hilarious thing we just did there. Perfect. Please stay alive. Awesome. Should we just go and join another one? We're going to join both because we want to be in them. So let's do it. This is what we like to see. Let's go. We got Nick, Brett. I mean, to me, you're like an off-brand B-Breck, but B-Bick. You gotta let me know if you're in here. Shout out. My boy Charles Schwab. Guys, how do we pronounce this? Is it Afuruyama? Afuruyama. That's how I say it. The coffee's really flowing if you guys don't already see. Love Cheesed. Memphis Hustle, Natural Shooter. We're getting the band back together. Fornon, Roofie Man. What's going on, everybody? Let's have ourselves a draft. Sniper, no sniping, eh? All right. Honestly, I might need to get this on my other. Are you B-Big? See, you people need to tell me this because I'm not smart enough to be like Bickerstaff. B-Big makes sense. Like, wow, silly me. What up? How's it going, Robert? To putting the names to the underdog names is really important. Like, Chris, Shout out Chris Fornown. I mean, back in the day, like last summer, I remember barely I knew basically no one in the PGA streets, and I get a random DM. From this Fornon. I'm like, okay, what's going on? And he just out of the blue just says, I see you have a nice lineup. I'm boxed out, but I hope you win. And I'm just like, thanks, man. That's effing awesome. I hope you can get second. You know what I mean? Like, just the community has been unreal. So awesome to see you still here, man. And OG. Brett boy, if you could leave so we could potentially win. It's tough seeing you in these drafts. Nick, as much as I love you guys, as I want you in here, the EV is gone. I'm about to do something absolutely silly, and we're just gonna. I need to get in this sandbagger. I must. So 6 more. Like, is there another draft I can join? Can I join another one? I'm not smart enough to do math on the fly. My cats are looking at me like, dude, who the F are you talking to? All right, so I think I joined the last 4 drafts. Jordan Spieth for sure. Let's have a day here. Let's have a day in these drafts, huh? We're gonna need to get the Mamba alert and be like, yo. But in the chat, I'm literally sending a Mamba. We need to get a sandbagger too. That's right here. We're gonna need one. Yeah, I don't know. Has Phil Dickerson? He is not. Where is he? Which one is he in here? Wait, weren't we just drafting with him? We're gonna have to move the sheet over to here so I can check it out while I'm drafting. Like this is how I normally do it. I've been like going back and forth. I haven't won PGA. It's last year's PGA chat day 1. Hey man, it'll come. You're in these. I mean, what? Hockey's done, so now all the luck's just gonna come here. So. All right. Let's get weird and let's do. Oh, I don't know if I want to do it. I mean, Hatton's sitting there. It's such an early tee time too. And he just knew. I mean, Hatton's interesting because if this dude gets in one Barenka, I mean, he could lose a gasket, man. Let's do Max. Max is one of my favorite golfers, the hometown narrative. Let's do Justin Thomas because he is just mispriced. I totally get his form. Not mispriced. He's just a better golfer than some of these guys in this range, straight up. He's just not playing to that caliber, but we know what kind of golfer JT is. Yeah, looks like this sandbagger is gonna be unreal. Yeah, I just up there. I'm clicking. That's me literally clicking buttons. I think it's really helpful in those NHL dailies, just like it is in the MLB. Knowing the teams in which have like a dominant center position, like all of the guys that maybe are wings on other sites or wings in real life are centers. Having that at the back of your mind really helps in pre-doing drafts. You can be like, oh, maybe I'm wrong here, but it was the Devils that had like Hughes, Hershire, someone Nico something, and there was just a bunch of there was a few teams where there was more wings or more centers, and then just knowing hockey in general and knowing like guys that have moved up and down lines, that's very handy. So it's definitely a little bit of an edge. I feel like being in there, just knowing the sport like you do, Barrett. Well, it's good to see my boy Afuyama taking JT. We're going to take Justin. Let's check this out. Unbelievable, man. That's awesome. That's so fun to see. I mean, this thing is we're going to need we're going to hone in. We're going to go on this walk. So it's an awesome little walk. It goes through basically some like a neighborhood, but it's like, basically a specific trail. Trees are all around it. So it's like kind of enclosed. And then you just kind of pop out, and then there's this little pond. You walk around that. It's like, it's just like, it's real fun. It's a nice little nature walk I like to go on for the vibes. Let's see who Nick's going to take here. I guess I can check out. It's interesting seeing these draft boards in like a PGA. Like, it's so similar to NBA and the Superflex, and there's so much. There's so much easier to multi-table. I've been saying so much. I get it. I know you guys like, dude, can you just shut up with the so much? All right, our boy Michael Kim talked about Rory and his driver setting up perfect. So let's just take some Rory. I mean, Rory it's the big three in best ball drafts that we were talking about. Let's take some Rory here. It's funny. I'm campaigning for more contests as if like I already am not going to try and max this $5 one, and then basically already just probably get wrecked in it, and then just spend even more money on these other contests. I'm checking my phone to see if this bad boy has, or what they're gonna. It'd be so much fun if they added like a double entry or say. I wonder if strategy for me in that would be so interesting. Just a one bullet, high dollar. They've done it before, but it really is. I mean, for me, I'm almost, and I don't know how to draft for it because it's just so random, but I would just be like, I'm going to draft more for floor because like one guy that sinks that lineup, it's just, I mean, in a 24-man contest, $100, you're just dead. All right. Yeah, we'll finish this 12-man on stream, see how it plays out, and then we will indeed call it so I can get my drafts. You can only watch so much PGA, listen to so much of PGA. Let's take Corey. That one's for you, John. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. I think they have a new badge color or a puppy design. Yeah, I wonder what they'll be. What if anything comes? I hope so. I have no idea. I don't know if that's on their forefront. I don't know where that is on top of mind. But yeah, no, more customization for us with more unlocks. I'm all about it. I'm a gamer. You know those little You unlock something, you can show it off to people that others don't have in that. You draft every day, like, oh, how do you get that? It's like, oh, he's a sicko and has drafted nonstop. So, hello, sir. Who should I draft? Yeah, he said, F you. Don't draft nobody. He said, play with me. Yeah, this tail's just, and jump. See ya. Let's go ahead and take Ryan Fox in the morning. We like it. All right, I like the way Ryan Fox sets up for this. Let's go ahead and take Skinny. Oh, do we take Hideki? Is Hideki in the morning? Hideki's in the afternoon. Bryson's in the morning, though. Let's go. Oh, shoot. What's going on? Ah! Let's go. Right. Oh, shit. Gary. Let's go. We're all over the place. We love it, though. All right, this first team is shaping up pretty fun, I will say, with a little bit of a Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, Corey Connor, shout out John, and Gary Woodland. Oh, wouldn't you know it, familiar faces here. These sandbaggers get very interesting when you get to the end of drafts. Oh, yeah, my bad. And my apologies. I forget that I other people like this. That's the one thing that sucks. But yeah, there you go. Right on ADP for you. As I'm talking to myself, not bringing up comments, as he asked if you could just filter it by ADP. Any Ryan Fox, love that. Confirmation bias. Patrick Rogers. He had some good first round odds, I thought. Maybe not. I think in terms of betting market, he was a fun first round option to bet. John comes in, more Connors, buddy. We are trying to get as much Corey as we can. Okay, Siwoo, Scott. Adam Scott's the morning. I really like Adam Scott and his form. Siwoo scares me if it's on a Siwoo track. I don't know if this is a Siwoo track or not. And by that, I mean, it basically, I like to place the community, the fantasy community, DFS for golf likes to play. Siwoo is better at Siwoo tracks. And obviously, most golfers are, but he really fits into that bucket. If it does not line up to his skill set, it's very tough. My dude's like, can we be done? I would like you to play with me. He literally just drug his like little tiny toy over to me. This is hilarious. So funny. He dragged. Can we speak words? Oh yeah, this sheet should be, it's linked in, again, if anyone just wants to know, it's just linked in the bottom of this, or in this bio for this video. Go ahead, click it. Should just be Neumy's sheet, Shane's sheet. Boom. If you haven't joined the Deposit Kingdom Discord, link in the bio for that as well. You can click that and then also just join the Badge Bros channel, and it'll be pinned in the PGA thread. Very easy. There's also a way to filter and find out the Discord and kind of go about that. I've also tweeted it as well, where you can find it on my Twitter at Neumy2. Same thing as my name here. Same thing as my on the stream name. So, but yeah, in the bio should be there for you. Check it out. Like I said, One of my favorite things about the sheet, I will bring it back here. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Let me get it back up. Sorry. Trying to bring the sheet over. Boom. You can sort it by anything on here. You can just simply file, make a copy of the sheet. By doing that, you can then have access to editing these sort columns. You can sort it. The underdog IDs are all right here and already part of the sort. You can then simply sort it by whatever you'd like and upload the IDs. You can make ranks right here in this column, upload the IDs for those ranks. Boom, no manual. Very, very easy. Shoot. Hayden Buckley is on the sheet. So we're going to take some Hayden Buckley. Yes. So yeah, just like I said there, file, make a copy, and then you'll be able to do all that. Very fun, very easy. No sheet for me, so we're just going to go off of guys that I know I have start up on the sheet. Sam Stevens, come on down. You're the next contestant on a team to absolutely blow it, because I probably could have taken a million people better. Yeah, Kurt was probably a way better pick. A lot of those people were, but Tom Kim, we got to take the Sweet Prince once. So, I mean, just checking out by ADP and seeing these are some of the guys that I specifically like, as you can just, again, scroll over here. Tells you specifically what those color-coded things mean. We're going to make this last pick here in this draft and then call it a stream. I appreciate anyone and everyone that's been in here. Brett, Rob, Fornan, Fantasy Dysfunctional, Brad, Roofing Man, Overdog. Am I getting them all right? No Bow Socks. Appreciate you all chiming in the chat. It's awesome to get some interaction here. It makes the streams go by a little bit faster. John, Corey Connors, all the way. Appreciate it. But yeah, we'll make this last pick right here, right now. Actually, we'll make this last. We'll make two last picks. Let's do that. Thomas Peters. Let's take Thomas Peters in this one. We're gonna make 3 picks. Shane Lowry. And then for this last one, who let's do this one on Data Golf odds. Sorry guys, apologize. Gary Woodland, Clark, Herbert. I mean, why does Herbert have such good odds, man? Huh. Okay. Doing this just strictly off odds. Yikes. Either way. Again, I appreciate you all being here. We're gonna hopefully be back tomorrow. The plan should be to do another one. Like I said, funny as I'm talking here, the round 1 contests are always the most variant, most random. So I think you can get exploitative if you want, if that wants to be your thing. Getting exploitative can definitely help you out. It can also sync a lot of your lineups. So it's really how you want to play it. Either way, I appreciate all you guys being here. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll really get into it. I love the rounds 2, 3, and 4 when you have strokes gain data to go off of. You have some recency bias. You've seen how the course played, yada, yada. But on behalf of all of the bros, John, Nez, it has been awesome. I am Neumy. You guys all have a wonderful night. And we'll see you tomorrow on the MLB Underdog channel and back at this channel sometime tomorrow night. Have a good night, everyone. Peace.